Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Update Notes Show. My name is Minnie or Minnie White Rabbit, depending on wherever you run into me on the internet, and I am joined by Pretty here today. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is going to be a fun one here. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming for you guys in year two of Rogue Company. Super excited to kind of get it all kicked off, and now we're really kind of getting into the swing of the year and getting things in motion.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into it, and let's talk about the namesake for this update.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big deal.
yeah,
So
yeah. This one kind
jumping
of spoiled a little bit, like you mentioned, by the name of the show, the King Cobra, the Rambo update. We know that there's a lot of people
exactly.
out there that have been dying for a Seeker skin, and boy, have we delivered.
I was trying to hold this one back whenever I was talking at the very beginning of the show, but here it is.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. So this is the Rambo King Cobra.
Seeker's been he's been hitting the gym, man. Absolutely stacked like a castle, man. Big shout out to Lionsgate, our partners in this deal, and bringing Rambo to life to Rogue Company, and for getting Seeker a skin of this quality. This is a skin that is set to rule all other skins. So super excited to have this one in. We have some fun little challenges that kind of go along with this one. We've got a nice emo. We've got lots of cool stuff to show off that go right along hand in hand with the Rambo skin bundle.
Yeah. So the very first thing we have here is a the Rambo bundle. So this is a 2000 Rogue Bucks bundle with this amazing legendary Rambo Seeker skin, as Nick was just saying. And then on top of that, we have a Rambo accessory bundle.
That's right. So the bundle that you will purchase this skin. First of all, if you don't own Seeker, buying this bundle will actually just give you the character as well. So you not only get the Seeker character if you don't already have them, but you will get the Rambo skin as well as a mythic wrap that is for the Sahara only. Obviously, that is Seeker's starting weapon, but here it is, the
Yep.
Law of the Jungle mythic Sahara skin that comes with this bundle. Like I mentioned earlier, the Sahara is the assault rifle that Seeker is given by default. Obviously, with Weapon Master, you can swap things in and out, or any other character. So when you have Seeker, you can play Seeker, unlock the ability to use the Sahara on other characters, and you can use this on any other character that can rock the assault rifle. So get in there and start mastering the Sahara.
And finally, there is a melee wrap,
That's right. You got to. I mean, the mythic combat knife
the
wrap. I think this
combat
is
knife.
yeah, this is some love for the combat knife here. It's hand in hand. It's something that absolutely just has to happen when you get Rambo in there. You need a big old knife to run around the jungle and hack up not only jungle forest, but you got to hack up your enemies too.
Let's jump right into to some Project Saint and some balance and quality of life things that are coming
Yeah.
with this update.
Definitely. So, I mean, human backflow, I think, is one of the first things that we wanted
Yeah.
to touch on here with Project Saint. It's something that we tried to kind of get off the ground in 2.1, but it's something that we needed a little bit more time in the oven. It's something that we do still care deeply about, and we really think is going to increase the quality of the game and just the matchmaking experience dramatically when we can get this out the door and working properly. This is going to be another attempt at getting this when we think it's ready. It's still kind of in that experimental phase, but we're feeling good about pushing it back out and getting a little bit more data with it.
Yeah. So as I said, we put out a blog about this last update, and I said it was coming soon. So no lies here.
There it
Uh,
is.
also, there it is. So we're also adding Meltdown to Team Deathmatch.
Yes, we are adding a couple maps. Meltdown Palace and Skyfell, I believe, are getting added to the core TDM rotation, bringing that map total up to 13. We tailored the map list down a little bit in hopes that that would kind of provide a better experience, but you guys didn't like it. We're more than happy to kind of roll that one back. We did that a little while ago, and now we just want to further expand the TDM pool with some of the newer maps in the rotation, making sure that you guys can rock and roll. We do realize that this kind of does still leave Arena and Glacier out, but those maps, especially with 6v6, we don't feel perform quite up to the standard that we're happy with yet. So those are going to stay out of that 6v6 rotation.
Yeah, and as always, your patience is really appreciated, and we're always reading your feedback. So
Yeah.
this was really popular. That this not meltdown specifically, but adding, as you said, adding all those maps back into rotation. And again, it was very popular. So we're happy to bring those back for you guys. We're also working on the squad limit for parties. I know
Yeah.
so many people are so going to be so excited about this.
Yeah, this is a big one. I'm super excited. There used to be now that we're actually allowing it, we could there was a fun little like kind of like bugged way you could get a six-man party beforehand that we would use, but now we're like this has to happen. This is something. Obviously, we have these 6v6 game modes. We want to let people party up and bring a full squad in there with you. So now you'll be able to do that in any of the modes that do have that 6v6 squad size enabled.
Yeah, and one little note here is that Switch players are only they are still limited to
Right.
4v4s. So so that's still important to note here. I know that a lot of our Switch players have asked me about this, so just wanted to make that note. Um, and then also, finally, bans on notice.
That's right. So we have the report player feature obviously in the game, and we do thank you, for those of you that use this. It helps us tremendously. We are
Mhm.
able to kind of investigate and take action where necessary, but we want that feedback to make it back to you. So when a player that you have reported has action taken against them, you're going to get a notification on your next login that your report actually helped take out, some unruly citizens of the Rogue Company world.
Yeah, so just kind of adding to this as someone who kind of works with that team,
Yeah.
those reports are really valuable to us because whenever you send me a report, it allows me to look at your report and basically corroborate it, and that's really valuable. So it's really great. Please keep sending us those reports. They are very valuable to the team, even if you don't quite know it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and you're making our community a better place. So just rolling right along a little bit here. We're adding a couple things into the shop. So first we have the synthwave.
Synth ops
you,
run.
you can
I
hear what
wish.
I've you can
Don't
you
threaten me with
you
a
get a
good
sense of
time.
what I've been listening to. Synth ops runway.
Yes, this is a great skin. Very cool for runway. Obviously, she launched with it with a pretty cool little option there to kind of have like the young runway. So very cool to see her getting another really high tier, in my opinion, choice of outfit.
Yeah, this looks super great. I play a lot of runway these days. I can't wait to get my hands on this skin. Um, and then we also have a Scorch skin coming. I
Yes.
know I know some people are gonna be really happy about this.
Yeah, the Scorch Commando. It almost fits with that Rambo sort of jungly run and gun kind of theme. Scorch is a character just with a ton of personality, I think packed in. So she's a really really fun one to do skins, and it has a lot of that versatility. You've got like the girl talk skin, but you've also you've got the apocalypse robot or apocalypse protocol or whatever it's called. She's got really a lot of versatility and what can be pulled off with Scorch skins, and this is just another great one added to her lineup.
Would you say she has an explosive personality?
I'd say she's a bit of a hothead for me personally. She's got a kind of a short fuse, but prone to burn out quickly.
I'm gonna take our dad jokes
Don't you
outside.
try to have a pet? Yeah, don't you pun off with me, Kristen? She bring a pun on my show.
So yeah, rolling right along. Let's just talk about some of the rogue changes we've made.
That's right. Mostly perk shuffles, and then we've got one kind of more major, not quite a rework, but a pretty large scale change to one. So we'll start with Dima. We actually gave him tenacity instead of bounce back, seeing as he is the master of explosives. And that launcher, the Merv launcher specifically, can be a bit wild, a bit unpredictable in terms of where it's going to land, and we feel that the sort of wild nature of Dima and the explosive nature of the kit warrants him to be a little bit more resistant to explosives, whether it's you catching yourself in a Merv launcher or somebody trying to throw an explosive at you to force you out of a position. He also has life drain already, so having life drain and bounce back on Dima kind of felt like a little bit of overkill in the healing department. And actually, we feel pretty good about this change and giving him tenacity, help him stay in the mix a little bit more.
Yeah. And we're also making changes to Switchblade, in case you're wondering, coming out of that
That's
Dima
right.
change.
Kind of in that same vein, actually, another very explosive character and one that's very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. We are going to be taking Tenacity out of her perk list and adding Stalker. So the reason for this change is wanting to make her a little bit more vulnerable to the explosives. Obviously, not having that option anymore. One of the frustrating points around Switchblade is when you just kind of panic rocket shoot your feet. Which you can still do. We just want to make sure that that is a play that if you choose to do it, you're going to be taking as much damage as you deal to an opponent, just kind of shooting your feet. We don't want you to be taking less and kind of being punished less for panic shots and things like that. And we don't necessarily think that is the most optimal way to use that rocket. So she'll be a little bit more vulnerable to explosives. But that being said, Stalker is a pretty good addition, we think, here, especially given the movement speed that her passive can provide. This has a nice little synergy here. So when you have that passive movement speed after throwing a gadget, you do actually get even more benefit from having Stalker, and you're a little bit harder to hit as you're kind of weaving around that given combat engagement.
I just want to say I feel personally attacked by this change as
All
someone
right,
who
all right, all right. Yeah.
as someone that plays Switchblade and frequently has moments like, I just guess I'm gonna shoot at my feet and hope I take someone out with me.
Yeah, it's still a viable strategy. Yeah, you're just going to be feeling the heat a little bit more these days, I think, Manny.
It's all right. I think I could deal with it.
Yeah.
I've made my choice. Made my choice. We also have a really, really big change coming to Glitch, and
Yes.
I think let's talk through this. This is a big change,
Yeah.
and I think this will make him very strong. But I think a lot of players that play Glitch, I think this is kind of hitting more of the fantasy, the power fantasy of what Glitch
Right.
is.
So Glitch is a character designed to kind of be a breacher, and the first thing I want you guys to notice is when I pull out the tablet, you're not seeing that sort of blue radius indicator anymore. We have changed Glitch's hack range to be global, so you will hit every single rogue and every single gadget that is on the map when you launch the hack. Now, the reason that we're doing this is particularly at higher levels of play, you might start to see some of those glitch players pick up your padded steps, and they weren't even really using the hack anymore to destroy gadgets or deployables or hack rogues. Really, we were just seeing him used kind of as a flanker and using the radius bubble from the hack pad to actually just gain intel and clear corners on the mini map, and just be moving around completely silently. While that is a cool playstyle, it's not the playstyle that was designed for Glitch. So for those of you that just loved doing that, you may see a rogue in the future, right? That has something kind of similar to that. But Glitch is designed to be kind of that breacher, kind of that hacker to destroy deployables and silence rogues from putting further things down. So the reason that this change was made was obviously you no longer have that range to worry about, which is cool, but you no longer have that sort of informational sphere that you can kind of move around your mini map. So you're always going to hit every single rogue on the map, like I mentioned. And you can no longer bring out the tablet while it is on cooldown. So, really, the sort of dynamic nature of the tablet screen is really just around you deciding. You'll still be able to see all the gadgets that are out there. If it's trip mines, barbed wires, anvil shields, anything like that is still going to show up on your tablet. So anytime you pull it up, you'll see all of the enemy rogues, but you'll also see all of the enemy gadgets and deployables placed out in the world. And that's kind of how you're going to be basing your decision of whether or not you want to initiate that hack. So I think this, for those of you that were already using Glitch as kind of that hacker, that breacher style that the design was intended to be played around, this is just going to feel like a buff for you. It doesn't feel like you're a little bit less vulnerable, obviously, because you have unlimited range. Before, if you were getting hacked by Glitch, you knew he was somewhere within that 25-30 meter circle around you, and you could rush him down, push him, kill him, punish him for launching that. So this just feels like an outright buff for you. And for those of you that like that kind of ratty, sneaky intel style, um, fret not. That's if that's something you guys really did enjoy, then perhaps we'll look at making a rogue in the future that kind of relies on that sort of sneaky play style. I think Glimpse actually kind of has a little bit of that, an echo of that play style. So maybe give Glimpse a whirl if you're really missing that play style. But overall, we think this is going to be a net buff for Glitch, and we think this is going to push him more into his intended play style.
Yeah, whenever we previewed this to some of our creators, I think a lot of our creators initially felt like this was going to be really, really strong, and that glitch was
Yeah.
going to be a must ban for this change. But we're really excited to see how this is going to shake out. And again, we do love reading your feedback about changes like this, and as was just mentioned, if this is a play style that you enjoy, the padded steps, the sneaking around, those kinds of things,
Yeah.
please just let us know. Like I'm
We'll
always
play
happy to
Glimpse.
pass that
I
along
really
to
do
this.
think it's kind of a
Yeah,
funny timing for the
yeah,
change. I think Glimpse is a fairly good substitute if you like that sort of sneaky, slow, methodical, info gathery play style. Her passive lends
yeah,
itself very well to that info gathering, and then obviously you turn invisible. So and you have padded steps, so you got a lot of things going for you in that department. And we think there's still a place for you to exercise your right to be that sneaky intel gatherer.
yeah, absolutely. So as always, we're reading your feedback, and then kind of talking still on the vein of balance. We have some weapon changes here.
Yes, we have a bunch actually, and that's why we didn't want to include all the so these are all going to be obviously included in the official patch notes. The values that are changing, and I also included a little blurb as to why we're doing each of these things. But like I said, it's a lot of them, so we didn't want to inflate the showtime too much with it. But I will just kind of run through quickly now. Expect to see sniper rifle buffs, KA-30 buffs, Sahara nerfs, arbitrator nerfs. I know, rejoice. Arbitrator nerfs, SKL6 nerfs, Hydra nerfs, SLC buffs, LMPX, kind of like a change side grade identity rework sort of thing there with the LMPX. Expect to see some Deadeye buffs, MXR buffs, and I know I said this last time, but I really wasn't trying to do this. Combat Knife is going to be seeing some buffs. It does have that beautiful mythic skin coming, and they are not related. I promise. It just worked
I
out
was,
that way.
I was
Um,
going to say,
Next
someone's
time
going
this
to say it
happens,
in
I
chat.
swear I'm gonna push these changes a patch just to cover my own butt here because this happens to me too often. Um, I'm kind of in a vacuum. I don't know when the Rambo skin and the Mythic Knife skin were coming out, but I had some combat knife stuff that we wanted to do, so those just happened to line up. I
Just a
really
happy
do.
accident.
It's funny.
It's
It's
just a
fun. It's a
happy
combat
accident.
knife. It's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna enjoy it. Like I said though, lots and lots and lots and lots of weapon changes coming. Buffs, nerfs, kind of rework side grady things, some upgrade changes, all types of stuff. Read the official patch notes if you're interested in the hyper specific kind of details, as well as the reasoning why we did each of those changes when those notes get released later.
Yeah. So, just kind of to tie all these things together, we're really excited with all of these changes. We're as of course, Rambo is
Yeah,
extremely exciting here, and I think some of our Project Sane stuff kind of is stealing the show.
definitely. Yeah,
So I think there's going to be a lot of players that are really going to be excited about this update, even if it does feel a little bit short and sweet and compare, especially in comparison to the last update. With the really chunky battle pass. But
yeah,
we're really excited about these things, and we're really excited to continue to bring you these things and these quality of life changes and these bug fixes and everything that you guys have been asking for. So please make sure that you jump in, you give this a play on the PTS, and that you post your feedback. It's always
yeah.
really helpful to read your feedback on those changes, not just the bugs you find along the way. So, thank you so much. And we hope to see you guys on the PTS.